bet you guys weren't expecting a Tyler in the middle of the forest holding a new DJI Rs2. Look at those guns.
Look at those. But my shoulder is dead right now.
Of course it is. All right, so it's time to test out this new Rs2. It's my first time using it, so let's see how good it is. It's pretty stable for vlogging. Yours is not stable, no, is it?
No. Sorry.
So far, it seems pretty like stable, I would say. Not too bad.
Is that a bear?
Wait, what? Run!
I don't think this footage is usable! I wish I had an Rs2!
So, we're not going to tell anybody about the squirrel, right?
I had no idea squirrels get that big in Canada.
I know.
So these are the new gimbals from DJI, the latest and greatest, the Rs2 and the Rsc2. The Rs2 is $850, 4.5 kilogram payload, carbon fiber build, and we have a little touch screen. The Rsc2 is $500, 3 kilogram payload, foldable design. You can fold this, and that allows for some interesting ways of filming. I'm honestly not sure whether this is like ingenious or just useless, but I feel like it could be good. It basically just gives you more options for the ways that you can use the Ronin SC2. And it also does have a little screen here, but you don't really get too much with it. You basically just see kind of your settings. Now, I gotta be honest, I haven't really used the Rsc2 very much yet, but the Rs2 is easily my favorite gimbal to use right now. And the results are just incredible. It looks so good, especially with that slow motion mixed in, just incredible results. But I think by far the coolest feature of these new gimbals is this little guy, the Raven Eye. This is a video transmitter that allows you to transmit the video from your camera to your smartphone. So you can actually see what you're filming on your smartphone and do some really interesting things with that power. By the way, I just want to say, I've been saying this for a while, that camera companies should be utilizing these incredible screens that all of us have in our pockets. So good job, DJI. Okay, so we have the Raven Eye on, and here is the image from this R5 right now. You can see there's definitely a little bit of lag, but it's not too bad. It's still usable, I think. But the interesting thing is that you can do some fun stuff with this. The first one being is you can have a virtual joystick, so you can actually control the gimbal from your phone here, which could be useful. I don't think this is gonna be that useful for me. Whoa. But the really interesting one is the Force Mobile. And with this, you can use your phone to control the gimbal. So I can point the camera at me using this up and down. I have full control, and this to me is really interesting because you could use this as like a two-person thing. So one person could be controlling the gimbal and the other person could just be making sure that the shot looks really good and you're getting the exact framing that you want. You can be really precise with this. I really like it. And another way I could see this being used is if you're mounting this gimbal to, let's say, like a car, and you can't actually be physically touching it or moving it around, you could use this app to just like frame up your shots and get exactly what you need. On top of that, we can also do active track. So now I am tracking me wherever I go here. It's just following me along as I'm moving, and it's doing a pretty good job of keeping me in the frame. The active track I could see being really useful for if you're trying to do like a really difficult move, just to get a little bit of AI help. You could select the person and then just kind of focus on doing the move instead of keeping your subject perfectly in frame. So yeah, active track could be really great. You can also enable active track from this little screen. You can just swipe down and you actually get a little video feed here from your camera, and you can use that to enable active track. On top of that, we have some nice features here. We can have zebras on here. We can do, I think this is false color maybe, I'm not sure. Peaking, you get peaking there, that's nice. And then you can also add on a LUT, so you don't have to watch it in C-Log, which just doesn't look that great. You can add a LUT, and there we go. Now we get a little bit of contrast and saturation. It's not being baked in or anything, it's just for viewing purposes. And on top of that, there are certain camera functions that you can control through the app or on the gimbal itself. Depending on the camera, it could be start and stop or f-stop, focus, ISO. And this scroll wheel right here can be used to adjust those settings. So that's really, really great. But by far the coolest thing about this system is the Raven Eye, for me at least. Did I mention everything breaks down and packs into a really small case? Yes, please. So yeah, that's it. New gimbals. There's a lot of features that I didn't get to cover, a lot of really cool stuff. If I had to choose, I would definitely go for the Rs2. I would spend the extra money on that if you can. If you just can't afford it or you're only using really small cameras, then maybe the Rsc2 is better for you. But the Rs2, definitely my favorite gimbal to use right now. It just works. Some products you just pick up and instantly they feel intuitive and natural to use. And the Rs2 was definitely that for me. Do you want to try the new Ronin S2?
All right, let me just put on my mask. You know this has a 3D gauge cluster?
3D, sorry, what?
3D gauge cluster.
What, I don't, you're speaking a different language.
I'll explain.
Is that Ukrainian? You're a gimbal man. You can appreciate it.
What is this?
What is this?
I'm out of the game, man. GV80. It's the first one in Canada.
What is a GV80?
It's the Lexus SUV, so it's like a luxury brand to go with BMW and Mercedes. From Genesis, which is Hyundai. Don't mind me,
Don't run over my Ronin. I'm just gonna take this out of here. Yuri's selling cars already here.
If I move forward and then I...
it just runs.
I'm still holding it.
That's pretty impressive. That's like Tesla style features.
It's the Smart Pack.
Do you want to try it out? Get some car shots? Go and check out the Straight Pipes, the best car channel on the YouTubes.
At least not the worst car channel. Oh man,
that's
this
one way to
really
put it.
Good. I need to upgrade to this. This is A7S.
No, we're talking about the gimbal today, not the Sony A7.
My man. That is looks really nice.
Oh, this is the